We've all done this before. When things go badly, we see it as accidents of chance or something beyond our control. But when things go well, we're all too eager to take credit for a job well done. Why do we do that? Why do we take credit or cast blame based on the results of a situation? It's a very subjective approach to life that ultimately will come back to bite you. Ownership should not depend on the quality of your circumstance. We naturally gravitate toward one-sided accountability because honestly, it's easier. Everyone loves a good pat on the back and no one enjoys being the reason that something failed. So it's understandable why we do this, but that doesn't excuse it. Only stressing one side of a story is a victim mentality that is going to keep you from achieving the results you want. If you really want to accomplish great things for yourself or your church or your business, you need to take the second step of accountability, which is to own it. You have to see both sides of the story, including the parts that don't reflect so well on yourself. Quickly acknowledging your mistakes and taking responsibility for your failures will help keep you operating above the line. Not doing so may just be what's keeping you from achieving the results that you want. Life has a way of rewarding those who demonstrate accountability. Companies that do often recover from their mistakes and even see an increase in customer approval or trust. And companies who don't linger in mediocrity or go bankrupt. Churches who operate above the line and own both their wins and their losses, they gain buy-in from their congregation and a solid reputation in the community. Those who don't become blind to their own shortcomings. I've seen more than one church praise its staff team when they have a high attendance Sunday, but on a low attendance Sunday, they blame the weather. Taking credit for the positive and passing the buck for the negative just doesn't work. But at the same time, don't entirely discount the negative. There are two sides to every story, and oftentimes you may be the victim. You may have been taken advantage of or the recipient of a really bad situation beyond your control. But we often fail to see past those circumstances to the part of the story you do have control over. So here is where this becomes super practical. The Oz principle gives a self-assessment for you to recount a situation in your life where you feel that you have been a victim. You can take that assessment found on page 103 in the book, but here's the crucial step you need to take right now. When thinking about a recent event where you feel like the victim, meaning you are not to blame for the poor outcome, ask yourself accountability questions like, if I wished to warn someone in a similar circumstance not to make the same mistakes, what would you tell them? Or are there any facts of the story that you leave out when trying to persuade others that you are not at fault? What would you do differently if you faced this situation again? When you find the heart to own your circumstances, you automatically gain the commitment to overcome and change those circumstances for the better. That's why owning it is so important. Many of you are in a situation right now at work or in your family life where you are playing the role of the victim when it isn't your part to play. You have ownership more than you realize. What elements of the story do you have control over? How can you affect the outcome? What else can you do to gain the results you want? Asking these kinds of questions are exactly what you need to alter your circumstances instead of letting your circumstances keep you trapped below the line.